to the Last Scout Show. One of the few shows that comes to you from small town rural America, here on the Missouri-Kansas border. From the beautiful Okeechobee Frontier Studios, the Last Scout Show and Last Scout Radio channel on YouTube, where we do things just a little bit differently, and why? Because we can. And I decided to do a radio edition on this one, simply to throw up some videos for you to look at while you're listening that may or may not have anything to do with what I talk about. But that's okay. I enjoy doing it. I mean, you can always open up another window and listen and watch something else. Surf the web if you want while you're listening, or you can sit there and watch videos that may or may not make sense. But anyway, those of you that have followed Last Scout Radio for a while and the Last Scout Show know that I really do enjoy old-time radio. And by that I mean the old radio shows, you know, like Have Gun with Travel, Gunsmoke, Bold Venture. Bold Venture's got to be my favorite one. Old time radio with Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart. Bold Venture, what a name. And the reason I bring up Bold Venture is because my topic today that I'm bringing up is about a YouTube channel that is called We the People Patriot Soapbox 24/7 LiveStream. And they give coverage 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I'll leave a link for it down below. And I tell you what they're trying to achieve over at We the People is a bold venture. It has got to be one of the most biggest task ever taken on by a YouTube channel with what they're trying to accomplish. It originally started out over in subreddit under Calm Before the Storm, and also has a Discord channel. And out of that Discord channel came the idea of a gentleman named Pamphlet Anon, who came up with the concept of running a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week stream on YouTube. And what it evolves around are the Q posts that you hear about all over the internet, you know, Tracy Beans, others, and it's quite interesting concept that they've got going. And I don't think there's anything else on YouTube that's like this, We the People. And you really need to go check it out, because what they've done is they've taken what they do in their Discord channel, put it over on a live stream on YouTube, to where they concentrate on the Q posts that come in and try to analyze, talk it through, think it out on what Q is trying to tell the American people. I mean, it's really the best way I know how to put it. It's like Patriots Rising. They are trying to, and I hate to use the word red pill, because really what they're trying to do is not trying to red pill anybody, but they are trying to inform the masses on what is going on in the swamp, what might be happening that President Trump is trying to get done to clean up the swamp. And it's quite amazing. I mean, you know, the concept is so magnificent, in my opinion, that they would try to pull something together like this. And they're all volunteers. I mean, they're not making any money off this. As far as I know, it's not monetized in any way. It is them trying to do their patriotic duty to get the word out on all that is going on. Now, they do have a regular on there, Dr. Jerome Corsi, who comes in, does analysis on the Q Post. They discuss the topics that come out of the Q Post and try to break those down and try to make sense of it. Now, a lot of it is speculation, but they do draw the people in. I mean, they are on this YouTube channel, We the People, they are bringing in people from all over the United States. And not only all over the United States on their YouTube channel, they are bringing people from all over the world that come in and listen. And the chat room, you know, people that come into the YouTube chat room are bringing in all these ideas, other concepts. One thing that it seems to be achieving, and I'm sure it's something that they hope to achieve, is they are getting people to stop and listen and start to do their own research into what is going on in the swamp and how we got to where we're at and what is being done about it. You know, the CIA, the NSA, the deep state, the military, just so much going on. The black hats versus white hats. Who's good? Who's bad? Who is Eric Snowden? I mean, what does he mean to life? Where does he fit in? Is he a black hat? Is he a white hat? Julian Assange. But the primary focus is with Dr. Jerome Corsi and the Q Post. And there are over 700 Q Posts. And the way that it's set up, if you haven't been there before, is they stream what's happening in the Discord room, and they have, I don't want to use the word moderators, because I would say presenters, because they're doing it in an ad hoc radio style as far as like talk radio goes, and they discuss amongst themselves back and forth about the Q Post or whatever the topic happens to be for the time. And I find it to be quite amazing myself. And Discord, you have to understand, is separate from the YouTube. So you have this whole other thing taking place in the Discord while you have the chat going on, and it's really worth you checking out. I really strongly suggest that you check it out. I want to take a quick break, and I'll be back right after this.
From Poland, proud. From Czechoslovakia,
proud.
From 76 million people behind the Iron Curtain comes the plea:
give us the truth.
Listen.
Keep broadcasting the truth. Radio Free Europe gives us hope for a better future.
You must answer these pleas for help. Many letters like these prove Radio Free Europe keeps hope alive for millions behind the Iron Curtain. Help keep up their will to resist communist lies and oppression. Support Radio Free Europe. Keep these powerful transmitters beaming their messages of truth and hope. Give the gift of free men, the truth. Send your truth dollars to Crusade for Freedom, care of your local postmaster.
Give us the truth.
Answer this plea. Send your truth dollars to Crusade for Freedom, care of your local postmaster.
Now, tell me that radio is not essential to the world, even these days, even through YouTube and through all the many other websites. And Radio Free Europe is still around today. And I believe it's a worthy cause. But of course, if you know anything about what's going on in the world, in Pakistan, since Trump defunded Pakistan, they kicked out the Pashto station and shut it down, of Radio Free Europe, Liberty Radio they call it now. But anyway, back to We the People. We the People YouTube channel, the 24/7, has such magnificent potential. It really has the potential to be something great. I mean, what they're doing now, I'm amazed at how fast it took off. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, when Dr. Corsi came on, there were nearly 9,000 people watching the stream. 9,000 people on a station, a YouTube channel that is less than a month old. I mean, it's a barn burner. I mean, it's setting fields of fire, and it's spreading out there really quick. I watch it quite a bit. Most times I just sit and listen. I don't comment a lot, and really don't comment unless I have something to say. But of course, YouTube, we the people suffered the same problems that other content creators on YouTube face, and that is, of course, you got your shills, you got your trolls that are in there and trying to spread misinformation. One thing that I would point out, and this comes from a radio perspective and doing radio like I do, is that the people that are in the Discord portion that are talking, a lot of times you'll get dead air. And I don't know, now let me back up before I get into that segment. There are a lot of good people that are in the Discord room that do the presentations, the audio presentations. I mean, they're smart, they're clever, they've got it going on. You can tell that they come in prepared. You can tell that they understand that dead air is not a good thing, especially when you have people in the chat room that are listening to the Discord programming. But you do have those lulls, and the only thing that I could recommend to them, and not that I'm a pure professional or anything, I just want to see this We the People 24/7 broadcast just go beyond and really accelerate into being the pure premier information source on what's going on with the takedown of the swamp and the Q post. And you have to come in prepared. You have to be able to ready to speak. You have to know when there's a lull to have something snappy. You have to be quick-witted to bring out, to make sure that you don't have any of that dead air, because the people are listening, and you don't want them to get distracted or get bored and go off somewhere else. At the same time, you have to watch your subject matter. Because YouTube, oh man, how many content creators on YouTube, and I've had to deal with it myself, know how meticulous YouTube can be. And looking for a way to shut you down, especially when you're presenting the patriotic point of view and trying to figure out what's going on from a patriot standpoint. One thing that I would bring up, and you watch it in the chat room, is like the music that they play. Now, being a content creator, you understand real quick, and you learn real quick from YouTube about music. And the reason that I bring this on, or bring the subject up, is because I don't want We the People to be shut down on some ad hoc copyright violation, which they can shut you down for 90 days immediately if they choose to do so. And it's like, okay, you have to think strategically, you have to think tactically, and some people like the music, some people don't like the music, but my point is why push that envelope of playing music in the background? And it's very low. I mean, sometimes I can catch it, sometimes I can't. But why would you want to risk upsetting the apple cart of the bigger picture of continuously 24/7 getting that information out, when always in the background, if somebody at YouTube decides I want to shut them down, so I'm going to go ahead and use the music copyright as an issue for it. And it could easily be done. And I mean, if you ever had to deal with YouTube and support and everything, there's nobody you can pick up and dial a 1-800 number to. Okay, so you get shut down and you try to confront them about it, you could easily be put on the back burner, especially when you have a site like We the People that is so in your face, has such a following, who has continuous high numbers for a YouTube channel. It's just food for thought for the Discord people to think about, because I really would hate to see you get shut down over something as simple as a copyright violation that, even if it's made up, it wouldn't matter. It would still, throw a wrench into the machine. The other thing is and this goes to the people inside Discord that do the presentations, that do the audio, is also, and one thing I noticed is Dr. Corsi is really interested in what the people on YouTube are talking about, what questions that they have. And one solution that I might pose is, when you have, for instance, when Dr. Corsi's on, you have 7, 8, 10, 15 people on the audio section that are live, and one of you go ahead and say, okay, I'm not going to ask Dr. Corsi any questions, I'm just going to sit back, but my job is going to be to monitor the YouTube chat room, cut and paste and throw to Notepad when somebody asks a question, what the question is and who the person is. So when Dr. Corsi asks, are there any questions from the chat room, boom, you're there. Dr. Corsi, XXX wants to know blah, blah, blah. And you've got it there. You've got it ready for him, because what I notice will happen is you'll have Dr. Corsi go, what are people in the chat room asking? And there's dead air, because everybody switched their focus over to the chat room. And what happens is not the people in the chat room are basically, I don't want to use the word ignored, but people are trying to catch up with, who asked a what question, rather than have it ready to go for him. And that's inside the Discord room itself. I mean, for the moderators that are on the that are in the YouTube chat, of course they can't they can't do that because they're moderating. Okay, they're trying to make sure that people are being respectful to each other and trying to make sure that things flow freely and nobody's getting out of hand, which they will. Obviously, when you have, 8,000 people watching you at one time, and even on slow mode, it moves pretty fast at times, they can't really fill in that void that needs to be covered by the audio presenters on Discord. And like I say, I'm not being critical. I am trying to make sure that We the People 24/7 can move to the next higher level, can take that one little step to be more proficient, to be better, to where more people will want to come in and listen. More people will want to participate. More people will want to spread the word about We the People. And this We the People is amazing. It really, truly is amazing. There are certain rules to the YouTube chat, but unfortunately, we don't know, as a listener, you don't know really what the rules are until you break it. Now, you would think that being respectful, the use of foul language, would just be a human consistent behavior by not using that kind of language. But hey, this is 2018. Anything seems to go anymore. I would suggest that whoever handles the YouTube channel go ahead and post the rules down below where the links are, so that a person come on can look and scan down and go, okay, here are the rules. So when the moderators go, you know, you're violating the rules by doing this, and they keep doing it, well, there's no excuse if I didn't know the rules, and you have given that person the opportunity to take a look to see what the rules are. And so, boom, they break the rules, snap, you're out of here. It's just food for thought. I really want to see we the people advance, become better than it is already, and I really hope that it grows and grows and grows and grows some more, because it is definitely a YouTube channel that is worth covering. I think it's important. I think it's important to the nation. I think that what Pamphlet Anon has started is something that has never been tried before on YouTube that I've ever seen, and it's worth it. And as time goes by, it'll get better. As time goes by, it'll get more streamlined. As time goes by, it will be the ultimate channel to go to. Everybody will want to go there. And, you know, it's funny because when you have like 8,000 people in there, and maybe you have 200 people over in the chat, you gotta laugh, because you wonder how many of the leftist Democrat swamp creature types are listening in to see what's going on, because it is a good source of information, a great source of information, and it involves with being around the Q Post. So a big salute to Pamphlet Anon for his creation on the YouTube channel of We the People Patriot Soapbox 24/7 live stream. Like I say, I will post a link at the bottom of it, and I hope you'll go there. That's going to do it for this edition of the Last Scout Show. Take care, and God bless.